Hello, 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 and welcome to Courageously Kind. I'm Maddie.
And I'm Liz.
And today's episode is all about happiness. Now, I think today's episode goes hand in hand with last week's episode, which was all about positivity. And last week we talked about the myths of positivity, the reality of positivity, and what it means to us in our lives. If you haven't listened to it, I think it's one of my favorites we've done so far, so be sure to check that out. But today we're going to talk about happiness, and we're going to get real.
Ooh, love it.
Let's jump right in.
Yes.
Woo!
So I recently saw a study that said that only 33% of Americans consider themselves happy.
So that means that 2/3 of Americans don't consider themselves to be happy?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
That's kind of sad.
Very sad. It bums me out.
Why do we think that is? Why do we think so many people are unhappy?
In my opinion, our perception of happiness has gotten warped. We assume happiness is that naive, unaware,
Yeah,
sort of.
Yeah, like I think the way I think about it is like if you're happy, especially right now, if you consider yourself to be a happy person, you're not paying attention to what's going on
Right.
in our world, in our communities.
Right.
There's a lot of sad things happening.
Yeah.
And it's hard to say, I'm a happy person
Right.
in the midst of all of this.
Yeah. And we think that being happy is ignoring everything that's happening and dismissing it and being like, yeah, that sucks, but I'm happy,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we don't consider ourselves happy because we want to care.
And we think that because we want to care and we want to be, I don't know if empathetic is the right word, then we must suffer. And shared suffering is healthy. It's okay. But I guess what we're trying to get at is happiness is not a permanent state of being. Happiness is not something you're going to wake up one day and you're going to be happy and you're just going to remain happy for the rest of your life.
Yeah, so often we think that joy is this constant state, rather than just a moment in time or just an experience that you have.
Yeah. Yeah.
So often, I know you experience so many emotions throughout the day, it's hard to just say, oh, I was happy all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough.
I think saying that you're a happy person means that you actively search out happiness. I don't know if I phrased that right, but it's this active search, this active look for little moments of happiness throughout your day. I keep going back to this, and if you saw our latest Instagram post, I said something about what made me happy this week. And this week, in between our online classes, Liz and I got to hang out outside for a few minutes, just in between quick classes. And it was really windy, and there were leaves everywhere. And we just played in the leaves for a minute. We sat there and tried to catch them, and it was just a simple, sort of mindless moment of joy and of happiness, and I still am thinking about it, even though it happened a few days ago, and it still brings me joy, and it makes me happy. And it reminds me that happiness is out there.
Yeah, it's out there, and it's not naive to be happy.
It's courageous to be happy.
Ooh.
It takes courage to say, I'm going to choose to find joy today.
Yeah.
Even in the midst of the chaos, even in the midst of tragedy. I'm going to actively seek out a moment of joy for myself today because I deserve it, and I deserve to share that joy with others. Dang. So this week, we wanted to do something different. We wanted to sort of reach out to you, our listeners, and see what makes you happy.
I loved the responses we got. They made me happy to read them.
Yeah.
You know, just to see, you know, what truly makes other people happy.
Yeah.
And the common denominator was other people.
That was so surprising to me.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I think about, okay, what makes me happy, you know, you think about your favorite TV show or your favorite food or your fuzzy blanket,
Mm-hmm.
you know, material things that bring you that cozy, warm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But to hear so many other people say, my family or my friends or doing something for somebody else, it just was so heartwarming.
Yeah. So, I think Liz referenced a statistic she found in this book earlier, but I was looking through the same book, and it said it was a book about a happiness challenge and how to find genuine happiness. And it said for the next 30 days, actively seek to make other people happy and notice how happier you become. And that, it just clicked for me. You know, everyone tells you that giving is so fulfilling. And it is. It really is. I mean, think about you're sitting in a room full of people and maybe you say something or you crack a joke and the whole room laughs.
It feels great.
It's one of the best feelings in the world, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's just, for that moment, everyone sort of forgets what they're doing and they're just overwhelmed by this feeling of joy. Makes me want to get together with my friends and laugh.
I miss them.
I do miss them. Liz and I are in quarantine, and so we haven't been able to see our friends face to face in about a week, so we're missing them. But it's okay. We have FaceTime, we have Zoom.
Yeah.
We're staying connected.
We can do it.
That's another thing, too, is a lot of our joy does come from other people, and it can be really hard to feel connected now. But, you know, maybe just take the first step and say, hey, friends, do you guys want to FaceTime? I just want to see your face.
Yeah.
I want to laugh with you. I want to share a moment with you.
Send somebody a text and just say, hey, I'm thinking about you today. How are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Check in.
It might bring them happiness, and it might bring you happiness, too. At the beginning of this episode, I was kind of tired, and I was like, oh, you know, we're going to go talk about happiness, and I hope I can bring the energy that this conversation deserves. But now I'm like, I'm so happy. Like, I'm filled with a lot of love.
Oh,
yeah. Cute.
So before we leave you, we're going to talk about our kindness challenge for the week.
Woo-hoo.
It's very simple. I think we already talked about it. But we all are going to try to make other people happy. Now, don't, drive yourself crazy and ignore your own well-being. And don't forget about yourself. You deserve to make yourself happy. But try and do one extra thing for somebody else that brings them a little joy, and notice how you feel.
It can be as simple as offering to help someone out. It could be as big as, writing them a letter or calling them or just reaching out to someone and let you know that you love them and that you wish them happiness and joy.
I guarantee you're going to feel good after.
Bada bing, bada boom. That's all we got for you today. Just wanted to let you all know that we do have t-shirts. They say "Be courageously kind" on them.
And we have our cute little lion.
Our cute, cute little lion.
It still doesn't have a name.
Yeah, we have to get on that. We're just waiting for the right name to come along. But we made them as a reminder to you and to others to be courageously kind. Kindness takes courage, if you haven't got that from our podcast already. But it does take courage, and it takes being brave and making the first move. So have the courage to find happiness this week. We love you so, so much. We're here for you if you ever need to chat. Our Instagram is Courageously Kind Podcast. Or we have a Gmail, too. So courageouslykindpodcast@gmail.com if you ever want to reach out. We love you so, 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 so much. You are so loved. I'm full of love today, if you can't tell. All right.
We'll see you back here real soon.
Real soon. Choose happiness today, friends.